Using an additional staffer brought in from another division within their department, Public Health has increased its number of on-site inspections of regulated facilities by 92%. And even with a severe staff shortage, Guam Fire Department completed a department-wide personnel transfer to adjust to manpower challenges, which equated to savings of $15,000 less in overtime per pay period. These are just some of the highlights reported during this morning's briefing on improving services. Meanwhile, the 10% cut to Governor Eddie Calvo and his senior staff is still in effect, something they say continues to save money every 2 weeks.
As for the governor's office, there may be special assistants that have a certain pay scale, but I also want to make mention that take a look at middle management or management positions in the private sector. They're probably getting a little bit below what management levels are in the private sector. It's important for me to get qualified individuals from the private sector or from the public sector to provide services to me. So I'm going to continue to, again, find ways to provide a service at a lower cost.
Although cuts have been made, Governor Eddie Calvo says services shouldn't be jeopardized. For example, Public Health has completed the process for an electronic monitoring system for its Guam prescription drug monitoring program. GITA and GVB have partnered to have its website translated into Russian, and online services continue to be used to improve communication and speed up several services. Additionally, Chief of Staff Frank Ariola pointed out Public Health's $1 million in personnel savings from attrition and says even when they lose someone to retirement or change, the governor's office too can fill that vacant position in order to ensure money is saved.
Because what happens in that regard is now someone else has to pick up that slack. With fewer resources, the mandates haven't changed, as you all know, and so with less people, we got to do more work, and it becomes more visible and more. It just becomes more pronounced.
Ultimately, Calvo hopes there is a harmonious movement in reducing costs government-wide, and that others will follow.
So I'm hopeful that as we move forward and dealing with our financial situation and building better services, that the governor's office can work with other autonomous agencies, with other branches of government such as the legislature and judiciary, that there is more of a spreading of the burden of some of the and sacrifices of this, at this point, a government that has to live within its means.